One thing I've noticed over the years is that many people start paying attention to their skin only after they see major changes. Maybe it's the deeper lines around the mouth. Maybe it's the loose skin along the jawline. Or maybe one day the face looking back in the mirror simply doesn't seem as bright or firm as it used to. The truth is, after the age of 60, your skin begins going through changes that no expensive cream can completely stop. Collagen production slows down. The skin becomes thinner. It loses some of the strength and elasticity that once kept it smooth and resilient. That's why fine lines that seemed harmless a few years ago suddenly look deeper and more noticeable. And here's where many people get frustrated. They spend hundreds of dollars on products that promise miracles, yet the results rarely last. In my experience, the reason is simple. Most products focus on hiding the signs of aging instead of supporting the biology that's causing those changes in the first place. Healthy-looking skin isn't just about what sits on the surface. It's about what's happening underneath, where collagen is made, where repair takes place, and where the aging process truly begins. Now, let's talk about castor oil itself, because this is where things start getting really interesting. Most people think castor oil works because it's thick, moisturizing, and helps soften the skin. And that's true to a point. But in my experience, that's not what makes it special. What makes castor oil different is a natural compound called ricinoleic acid. You don't need to remember the name, but you should understand what it does. Think of castor oil as a delivery truck. Its job isn't just to sit on the surface of your skin. Its job is to help carry beneficial compounds deeper, to places where they can actually make a difference. That's why I've always believed castor oil works best as part of a team, rather than working alone. Many oils contain valuable nutrients, antioxidants, and fatty acids, but some of those ingredients never reach the deeper layers of the skin where aging really happens. Castor oil helps solve that problem. It helps move those compounds closer to the areas where collagen is produced and where skin repair takes place. That's why when you combine castor oil with the right companion oil, you're not just adding two ingredients together, you're creating a partnership. One oil provides the nutrients, while castor oil helps deliver them where they're needed most. And that's where the real magic begins. Let's start our countdown with number 5, evening primrose oil. Now, if you're a woman over 60, there's a good chance you've noticed that your skin doesn't behave the way it used to. It may feel drier, thinner, maybe it bruises more easily. And no matter how much moisturizer you use, it never seems to stay hydrated for very long. I've heard this story countless times over the years. One of the biggest reasons is what happens after menopause. As estrogen levels decline, collagen production slows down. The skin gradually loses some of its support structure. That's when fine lines become deeper and firmness starts to fade. This is where evening primrose oil becomes interesting. It's rich in something called GLA, a beneficial fatty acid that may help support moisture levels and improve the overall appearance of aging skin. What I like about it is that it doesn't promise overnight miracles. Instead, it helps support the skin's natural functions. Over time, many people notice their skin feels more comfortable, better hydrated, and a little more resilient. And when evening primrose oil is paired with castor oil, the combination may help those beneficial compounds reach deeper layers of the skin. For mature skin that feels dry, fragile, or tired, this simple partnership may provide support that many creams alone simply can't deliver. If you'd like to try this combination, keep it simple. That's usually the best approach. Mix 1 part castor oil with 2 parts evening primrose oil. Before applying it, warm a small amount between your hands for a few seconds. Nothing fancy. Just enough to make it feel comfortable on the skin. I usually recommend using it at night because that's when your skin does most of its repair work. While you're sleeping, your body is busy rebuilding and recovering. Giving your skin supportive nutrients during that time simply makes sense. Now, there's one thing many people overlook, and it's incredibly important: vitamin C. I've seen people invest in expensive skincare products while completely ignoring the nutrients their skin actually needs to build collagen. The truth is, collagen production doesn't happen by magic. Your body needs the right building blocks. Vitamin C plays a key role in that process. Without enough of it, your skin may struggle to make the collagen it's being encouraged to produce. That's why I always think about skincare from both sides, what you put on your skin and what you give your body internally. When those two work together, that's often when people start noticing real changes. And speaking of ingredients that support skin renewal in a different way, let's move on to the next oil on our list, one that has become a favorite among many women looking to restore a smoother, healthier-looking complexion. Coming in at number 4 is rosehip seed oil, and I have to tell you, this is one of the most interesting oils I've come across when it comes to aging skin. It reminds me of a woman I'll call Margaret. She was in her early 70s and came to me feeling frustrated. She said her skin had become so thin and delicate that it seemed to crease from the smallest smile. It bruised easily. It looked dull no matter what products she tried. And one thing she kept saying stuck with. She said, "My skin just doesn't bounce back anymore." Honestly, that's something I hear from a lot of older adults. As we age, the skin's natural renewal process slows down. New skin cells are produced more slowly, while older cells tend to linger longer on the surface. The result is skin that can look tired, rough, and less vibrant than it once did. That's one reason rosehip seed oil gets so much attention. It's naturally rich in vitamin A-related compounds that help support normal skin renewal. Think of it as giving aging skin a gentle nudge to keep doing what it was designed to do. Over time, many people notice smoother-looking skin, a softer texture, and a healthier overall appearance. What I like most is that it works with the skin rather than simply covering up the problem. For older skin that has lost some of its resilience, that can make a meaningful difference. One thing we don't always think about is that skin aging doesn't happen overnight. In many cases, it's the result of decades of sun exposure, a little time in the garden, years of driving, family vacations, daily life. All of those small moments add up. By the time we reach our 60s and 70s, the skin has often been exposed to thousands of hours of sunlight. That's what experts call photoaging. It's one of the biggest reasons skin develops uneven texture, fine lines, dark spots, and that thin, weathered look many people notice later in life. This is another reason rosehip seed oil stands out. It's packed with natural antioxidants that help support the skin against some of that accumulated damage. It also encourages healthy cell turnover, which means older surface cells can be replaced more efficiently by newer ones. I've found that many people don't realize how important this process is. When cell turnover slows down, skin can start looking dull and tired. Now, when rosehip seed oil is combined with castor oil, the partnership becomes even more interesting. Castor oil may help those beneficial compounds absorb more effectively instead of simply sitting on the surface. For best results, apply the mixture to slightly damp skin and use gentle upward motions. No aggressive rubbing. Just a few moments of consistent care each evening can help support healthier-looking skin over time. One thing I've learned after years of talking with people about their skin is this. The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong product. It's expecting results too quickly. We live in a world that promises instant fixes, but the human body doesn't work that way. Healthy skin renewal takes time. Collagen doesn't rebuild overnight. Damaged skin doesn't suddenly become firm again after a few applications. Real improvement happens slowly, often so gradually that you don't notice it from one day to the next. Then one morning, you catch your reflection in the mirror and realize your skin looks a little brighter, a little smoother, a little healthier than it did a month ago. That's why consistency matters so much. Small habits repeated over time often produce the biggest results. I also encourage people to think beyond what they apply to their skin. Nutrients matter too. Vitamin D, for example, plays an important role in overall skin health, especially as we age. Many older adults don't get enough of it. When you combine good skincare habits with proper nutrition, you're giving your skin support from both directions. So, be patient with the process. Stay consistent. And if you're enjoying this information, make sure you subscribe to the Senior Health channel. We're here to help you understand your body, make smarter choices, and age with confidence, one simple step at a time. Now, let's move to number 3, and this is where things start to get really fascinating. The oil is frankincense essential oil. Most people know frankincense from history books or holiday stories. It's been used for thousands of years. But what amazes me is how modern science is starting to explain why people valued it for so long. Over the years, I've seen many older adults focus entirely on wrinkles while overlooking one of the biggest drivers of skin aging: inflammation. The problem is that inflammation isn't always obvious. Your skin doesn't have to look red or irritated for it to be happening. Sometimes it's working quietly beneath the surface for years. And that low-level inflammation can gradually damage the structures that keep skin firm and healthy. One reason frankincense gets so much attention is because it contains compounds called boswellic acids. These natural compounds have been studied for their ability to support a healthy inflammatory response. Why does that matter? Because collagen and inflammation are constantly connected. When inflammation stays elevated for long periods of time, the body may break down collagen faster than it can replace it. That's when skin can begin to look thinner, looser, and more fragile. In many ways, protecting collagen isn't only about building more of it, it's also about slowing down the things that quietly destroy it. And that's exactly why frankincense has earned its place on this list. This brings me to someone I'll call Dorothy. She was 77 years old when we first talked. Her biggest concern wasn't wrinkles, it was the constant redness in her face. She told me her skin always looked irritated, even on days when she felt perfectly fine. No matter what moisturizer she used, the redness never seemed to go away for very long. And over time, that irritation seemed to make her skin look older and more tired. I've seen similar situations many times. As we get older, the skin often becomes more sensitive. It reacts more easily to stress, weather changes, and years of accumulated damage. That's one reason anti-inflammatory support becomes so important later in life. Dorothy decided to start using a simple blend of frankincense essential oil and castor oil. Nothing complicated, just a few drops of pure frankincense diluted into about a tablespoon of castor oil. She applied it gently each evening as part of her regular routine, not aggressively, not expecting overnight miracles, just consistently. A few weeks later, she told me something had changed. The redness seemed calmer. Her skin felt more comfortable, softer, less reactive. That's what I often remind people. Healthy aging skin isn't always about dramatic transformations. Sometimes it's about reducing the small daily stresses that slowly wear the skin down. And when mature skin receives the support it needs, it often rewards you with a healthier, more balanced appearance over time. One thing I've come to appreciate over the years is that healthy skin is rarely the result of a single product. The people who tend to see the best long-term results are usually the ones who support their skin from multiple angles. That's why I find the combination of frankincense and omega-3 fatty acids so interesting. Frankincense works on the outside, while omega-3 sets help support the body from within. Think about it for a moment. Your skin isn't separate from the rest of your body. It's influenced by what you eat, how you sleep, how much stress you're under, and whether you're getting the nutrients your cells need every day. I've seen many people spend a fortune on skincare while paying very little attention to their diet. Unfortunately, that approach only gets you so far. Foods rich in omega-3s, such as salmon, sardines, walnuts, and flax seeds, provide building blocks that help support healthy skin as we age. When paired with a consistent skincare routine, the benefits often become more noticeable over time. This is why I encourage people to think beyond quick fixes. Real skin health is usually the result of many small choices working together. A little support on the outside, a little support on the inside. When those pieces come together, the skin often responds in ways that no single cream or oil could achieve on its own. That's the power of taking a more complete approach to healthy aging. Now we've reached number 2, and honestly, this may be the most underrated oil on today's list. In fact, there's a good chance many of you have never even heard of it before. It's called sea buckthorn oil. The first time I came across it, I was surprised that something with such an impressive nutritional profile wasn't being talked about more often. This oil comes from a small bright orange berry that grows in some of the harshest environments on Earth. And somehow, that tiny berry manages to pack an incredible amount of nutrition into every drop. What makes sea buckthorn oil so unique is the variety of compounds it contains. It's rich in vitamins A, D, E, and K, nutrients that play important roles in maintaining healthy skin as we age. But what really catches my attention is its omega-7 content. Most people have heard about omega-3s. Some know about omega-6s. Very few know about omega-7 fatty acids, yet these fats are naturally found in healthy skin and tend to decline as we get older. That's one reason aging skin often starts feeling thinner, drier, and more fragile with time. The truth is, many seniors have never heard of sea buckthorn oil simply because it hasn't been marketed nearly as aggressively as other beauty products. But sometimes, the most valuable tools are the ones hiding in plain sight. And when you learn what this oil may do for mature skin, you'll understand exactly why it earned the #2 spot on this list. One of the most important jobs your skin performs every single day is something most people never think about. It's called the skin barrier. Think of it as your body's natural shield. Its job is to keep moisture in and keep irritants out. When we're young, that barrier does a pretty good job. But as the years pass, things begin to change. The skin produces fewer protective oils. Moisture escapes more easily. That's why so many people over 60 tell me the same thing. They apply lotion in the morning, and by afternoon their skin feels dry all over again. Over time, that constant loss of moisture can leave the skin looking thinner, rougher, and more fragile. It may even seem more sensitive than it used to be. This is one reason sea buckthorn oil has attracted so much attention. Its unique combination of nutrients, including omega-7 fatty acids, may help support the skin's natural barrier and improve moisture retention. In the research I've reviewed, older adults who used sea buckthorn-based skincare routines reported noticeable improvements in hydration, skin comfort, and overall appearance after consistent use. Some studies also found improvements in skin barrier function and visible reductions in signs of aging. Now, that doesn't mean miracles happen overnight. They don't. But when the skin is finally able to hold onto moisture more effectively, people often begin to notice something encouraging. Their skin doesn't just look better, it starts behaving healthier too. That's often the first sign that real change is taking place beneath the surface. If you decide to try sea buckthorn oil, the first thing I recommend is keeping the mixture simple. You don't need a complicated routine. A good starting point is 1 part sea buckthorn oil to 3 parts castor oil. There's a practical reason for that ratio. Sea buckthorn oil has a deep orange color, and using too much can temporarily tint the skin. Mixing it with castor oil helps make it easier to use while still providing the benefits you're looking for. When it comes to application, I always tell people to be gentle. Aging skin is different from younger skin. It's thinner, more delicate, and often more vulnerable to irritation. Instead of rubbing the oil into your face, try using light pressing motions with your fingertips. Think of it as encouraging the oil into the skin rather than forcing it. I've found that many older adults actually prefer this approach because it feels soothing and relaxing at the end of the day. Nighttime is usually the best time to apply it. After a warm shower, the skin tends to be more receptive, making it an ideal moment for your skincare routine. And while we're talking about supporting collagen, don't forget that healthy skin starts from within as well. Many people choose to add collagen peptides to their daily routine as part of an overall approach to skin health. No single product can do everything, but when healthy habits work together, the results are often far more noticeable over time. As we wrap up today, I want you to remember something important. Aging skin is normal. Every line, every wrinkle, every change tells a story. But that doesn't mean there's nothing you can do to support your skin as the years go by. Today, we've talked about several oils that may help when paired with castor oil. Evening primrose oil for hydration and mature skin support. Rosehip seed oil for skin renewal and a healthier-looking texture. Frankincense essential oil for helping calm the effects of chronic inflammation. And sea buckthorn oil for supporting the skin barrier and improving moisture retention. Each one brings something different to the table. But if there's one lesson I hope you take away from this video, it's that healthy aging is not about finding a miracle cure. It's about small, consistent choices made day after day. I've been working with older adults for many years, and the people who age well are rarely the ones searching for overnight results. They're the ones who stay patient. They take care of themselves. They build simple habits and stick with them. That's where real change often begins. Now, I'd love to hear from you. How old are you? And what's the biggest challenge you're facing with your skin right now? Is it dryness, wrinkles, sagging, sensitivity? Leave a comment below and share your experience. I read far more of your comments than you might think, and your stories help shape future videos here on the Senior Health Channel. And if you found today's discussion helpful, please take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications. It helps us continue bringing you practical, science-based health information designed specifically for older adults. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. I truly appreciate your time, your trust, and your support. I wish you good health, renewed confidence, and many active years ahead. Take good care of yourself, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video right here on the Senior Health Channel.